I'm a few minutes late, sorry. And I had to stop the other live I just did because YouTube keeps messing with the monetization, although I get pennies on a live, but still, it's pennies. I am going to look up myself on my little tablet here. Let's see. And see. That way I can read comments a little better, I think. Okay, here we go. Oh, wait. Hold on. I wonder if I can delete this. No, I don't think I can. Oh well. Hello. Maybe I can. Let me see here.
Siggy skier, full of protein.
Oops, I gotta turn the volume down.
Less sugar, less.
There we go. Okay, there I am. I'm giving myself a thumbs up. Why not? Okay, now let me check real quick. Get your water, guys, or whatever you drink. Hi, Diana. I was reading your, and hi, Carol, how are you? Both of you said in my last video and asked about beet sandwiches. Oh my gosh, they're so good. Especially, I mean, I kind of feel like if you're vegetarian, they're really even better because they're just another substitute. But they're so refreshing. I mean, have you ever had like just a tomato sandwich, which I love, with mayonnaise, an onion? I do like onion on it. So it's like the same thing, so refreshing and meaty in the way of like, other than, meat. It's a thicker substance and it has such a good taste to it. It really does. Hi, Paula. How are you? Hi, April. Yeah, so try beet sandwiches. I mean, what I do is I put them in the crock pot and I cook them. I don't peel them. And then once they're cooked, I peel them. And if they're still warm, that is when they are the best. And if you eat cheese, having soft cheese, even cream cheese is really nice on that sandwich. But I load it up with lettuce, onion, mayo, sometimes vegetarian mayo, sometimes not. Mayo, mustard, like brown mustard. And what would make it really awesome would be with with what is it called? Sprouts, yeah. Okay. Hi, David. Oh, okay. Well, I can't believe it either, David. That's unfortunate. Anyhow, it doesn't look like I can read the comments on there. I don't know why that is on a tablet. Anywho, okay. Anyways, you guys, yeah, see all these crazy comments coming in. Anyways, it's worth a try eating some. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Good to know, Diana. Yeah, usually 5 p.m. every like winter through summer kind of thing, because I would switch my times a little bit. When it got darker, then I would start to go out. Like around sunset is when I would go out, you know. Um Anyway, the beet sandwiches are so inexpensive, and then also if you put them, like, pair it with like a little bit of cream cheese or soft cheese, or honestly, what I have done in the past is taken silken tofu and blended it with some spices, mustard, and use that as like instead of like mayo. And then I don't feel like I want any kind of a soft cheese or anything. It's like perfect. And I put lettuce and I put tons of onions. It's just so delicious. And it's so cheap. I need to grow beets again. That's one seed I did not start growing, unfortunately. But if you guys start growing your own stuff, I'm kind of, I was out in the yard today. It's super windy here. I don't know what the temperature is there, Diana, but it was in the 80s today. I'm not sure how far in the 80s, maybe like 82 or something. But with that wind just blowing around, the hot air. Canned beets work? Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I love canned beets on my salad, especially. But and if you warm it up, maybe, that would be really good in your sandwich. Um, I love pickled beets, and but I don't know, there's just something more earthy about when you cook a beet in the crock pot. It you taste the earthiness and it's just so good. But I have had, yes, canned beets on my sandwich instead, and it's totally good. Yeah. And if it's like shredded, you know how they cut them sometimes. Um, I guess you can mix it with like something, maybe like chickpeas or something. That would be really good. But the whole point is the star of the show should be the beets because they're delicious. Okay, I guess enough about beets, huh? Um, what did you guys do? I know, Diana, you can't really talk, but I have to daylight before possums, skunks, and raccoons show up at dark. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, those little rascals, man, they are a menace at the colonies. Mama's meatballs. Name 5 countries. Let's see. Africa. Oh wait, countries. Sorry, I'm thinking continents. Okay. Um, the U.S., Mexico, Canada, um, Guatemala, Honduras. I don't know. I could go on. Do I ever toast the beets? No, no, I've never done that. You mean like roast them? Roasting them? Yes, I've done that. And I just put them in my little toaster oven. That works too. Oh, really? It was hot. Like that's why it didn't I didn't really do a whole lot to myself before coming on because I've been kind of running around. I made my dad dinner, made him a plate ahead of time. Then I was working in the yard until I literally ran in. It was like 4:59, no, 4:39, no, 4:49, sorry. And I'm like, okay, I have 11 minutes to make myself look presentable, go to the bathroom, get some water, set up. And then I was late. It was 63. Wow. That's kind of amazing, really. I don't know. It's sometimes it's like it'll be hot here and it'll be cooler there, and then it'll be hotter there but super windy here. But when in the summer, I think we're kind of both the same. Like we both get triple digits, but you might be a few digits higher than we are. You haven't done anything? I had to get so much stuff done today. Like I stayed up late last night just trying to prep for today because I knew it'd be a shorter day for me. So I did all the dishes. I prepped some lettuces. I wrote out a menu for the week. I wrote out some things. Oh, I did go to Target today too. Yeah, I had to go to Target because we're kind of like not getting, like, I know when I show you guys the food bank, it's not always like right after. Sometimes it might be 2 weeks after or something. So we're running low on. I've had some really good um I've had some really good hauls actually. But excuse me, there was a couple of hauls in there that were smaller, no meat or anything for my dad. And he's saying today, well, did you get any meat at Target? And I said, no, Dad, I didn't, but you know, we're gonna have to get used to like not eating meat, or him, not me. But I do have a lot of tuna and canned salmon. So we like to make little salmon patties, and those are so good in a sandwich. They're better the next day, in my opinion. And I like them cold the next day. But they're really good with like mashed potatoes and a bunch of veggies and a salad. Or my preferable way is on top of a salad cut up, or even in a sandwich the next day cold. Yeah, that's so good. Um, oh, it rained. Oh, well, lucky you that it rained. I know we definitely need rain here for sure. It did sprinkle a little bit um last weekend, but that was it. 61, but it felt much colder. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. I would say, I'm really good in the mid 70s to like even 90, 95 even. I'm pretty good there, but then when it gets in the 99 and above is where it's yucky for me. Um anyways, Carol, did you get your refrigerator freezer fixed? Because that would be a win for sure. Mm, Diana, everything that I'm using pretty much right now is past expiration date. I mean, not everything, but there is some things. Like some of my canned salmon that we've used was 2 years past the expiration date. And it was fine. I just open it, I look at it, I smell it, I touch it. It was totally fine. Um, and there's some cans of salmon that are better than others where you don't have to like pick out the bones, but the ones I have to pick out the bones, which is kind of a bummer. But no, it's been totally fine. Like I'm believing I have like a weird stomach. Anything and everything will upset it. Even my dad's like, God, your stomach is so sensitive. If I eat too many nuts or if I have too much oil, if something is fried, that upsets my stomach big time. So no, it's fine. Eat them up. Eat them up. Let's see. I one freeze dried dog food. You one freeze dried dog food. Oh, that's really nice. I gave some to my dog who refuses to eat dog food. That's my dog. Same thing here. I'll tell you what I feed him though. And she loves it. Oh, thank goodness. I thought I'd buy some. Holy pound. Oh my gosh, $69.99 a pound. Hi Tony, you're from Tampa Bay. Welcome. I've been to Florida a lot. Mainly for layovers though. What's the temperature there? Oh, yeah, they'll have to miss out on it. Yeah, expiration dates can, I mean, I bought things in 2020 that expired like 2 years ago. They're 3 years old, and I'm still using that. There's very few things, but yeah, I just figure if it's not dented and you open it and you smell it and it's fine, then because you will smell something if it's bad. is going to help me twice a month instead of once a month. Oh, that's so good, Paula. Oh, I'm so happy for you. Yes, because you don't drive, right? So then you need something more often. I agree. Good for you. That's a win. I know they're edible. I know I get kind of grossed out on them though. I have eaten them though by accident, but yeah. You're fishing today out by the Skyway Bridge, and it's plenty of fish in this hot weather. Oh, good. Ooh, what kind of fish are you getting? There's a pond across the street here, man-made pond. It's an overflow from the Deepwater Channel, and they stock it with, I believe, trout, bass. Is that right? Yeah, bass get big though, but I think they do stock it with bass and perch maybe, and something else I don't remember, but it's like 4 different fish. And my dad wants to go fishing, and then he goes, well, I'll get my fishing license and I'll fish for our fish. And I said, okay. I said, but you're gonna have to kill them because I can't do that. I'll freak out over it. I hate touching anything raw, period. It just creeps me out. But I do eat fish, so I should, I just can't kill them. I don't think if I saw them alive and then killed them, I could eat it. But more for my dad, right? You're catching sheep's head and black drum. Oh, okay. I don't know what they look like, but they sound bigger, maybe? So I'm guessing the sheep's head is kind of puffy head, or blackhead, maybe? Blackhead. I don't know. Black drum. I definitely don't know that one, but hey, if they're edible, how wonderful. You don't drive either, Carol. Yeah. I do drive, but and I love driving. I really do. But I've gotten to the point, I don't like driving at night as much because my eyes aren't as good in the dark, as we get older. And that's such a shame because I love driving, but it's not a problem if it's not raining. When it's raining is a problem because then it kind of, the sheen on the blacktop. Finally, someone normal on live stream. There's some crazy people streaming right now. It's insane. Oh, hi, Anthony Lee. Yeah, we're just talking, about frugal. God, in this economy, I want to hear people's wins. What did you do to win this week? And I have seen the streams you're talking about, by the way. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about them. Oh, that's interesting. I'm gonna have to look that up, Tony. Yeah, my dad is totally into fishing. I used to be. This year is finding out the truth. What was the truth, Tyrone? Finding out the truth about what? A spouse, your parents, childhood, the government. Yeah, I used to fish all the time as a kid. I was pretty good at it, actually. And I would mainly get trout, perch. I don't think I ever caught a bass. But there again, if I couldn't kill it. And knowing that my dad would kill it when I was a kid, I couldn't eat it. So I did become a vegetarian at the age of 9. But I am pescatarian now. Let's see. One nation under black male with 2 sets of justice systems for all. Ah. Yeah, it's definitely broken. Speaking of that, I was watching this gal who has properties in upstate New York. And she's like a do-it-all kind of person, which I thought I was a do-it-all kind of person, everything, taking care of everything, construction, building, you name it. I'm that kind of person. However, She knows way more than I do. Hi, let's see, Murugan. Hope I'm saying that right. Welcome. I just sit back and go with the flow. Yeah, I know. We just got to wait this out. Yeah, probably. Who knows? But let's talk about positive things. Yep, could be. Who knows? Let's see. Refrigerator wasn't working. I'll get back to my story in a second because it was all too full. That's why it started getting better after I defrosted again. It went back to normal so far. That's great. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad to hear that, Carol, because I was thinking about you. I know they could have, yes, but let's not talk about politics because it just is very upsetting. We know the things that have been done, and they are suspicious, to say the least. But let's talk about better things. Yeah. Um, can we think positively? And I'd love to hear from you guys, both Anthony and Tyrone, what your wins were for this week. I mean, it's so depressing out there because I don't live that close to LA, but I'm close enough. And it was heartbreaking what happened in LA, the fires too. Everything, natural disasters. It's all sad. And I had a really hard Friday and it bled into Saturday. So I really want this to be super positive because I had a really hard time. I had to do an animal rescue. And I'm going to cry if I start thinking about it. So I'd rather really just talk about some positive things. Yeah. Okay. So I'll talk about what happened on Friday in a video. But if I start talking about on here, I'll just start crying. So I don't want to do that. Anyway, when I went to the food bank on Friday, oh yeah, he's asleep over on the bed over here. He, I have a friend that has a Costco card, and when she goes, that's where I get my cat food, and sorry guys, I'm thinking about what happened on Friday, and we got a rotisserie chicken, and from my friend who has a membership, and of course my dad, I break it up and we cook it in different ways, or whatever, I put in the air fryer or something, and okay, well, I don't want to talk about that anymore, Tyrone. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude, but I if you're gonna continue it, then I'm gonna have to hide your comments because I really don't want to talk about any of this right now. Anyways, but the rotisserie chickens, I break down everything, and I use everything on it. Okay, thank you. So he gets like the little last bits of everything from like the neck and the back and whatever's on that poor little chicken carcass. And he just loves it, because he won't eat regular dog food. He just won't. And should I have a tissue in here? Oh, I do. No, I don't. No. Anyways, and so I put that over, a little bit of rice sometimes, and sometimes he likes rice sometimes. I mean, he's so finicky, but if there's chicken on it, and the chicken, like the congealed chicken broth, he loves it. And so, He's been eating well, but now it's gone. And so I did save the bones, so I'll be making some chicken broth for my dad. I have actually 2 carcasses now that I saved up. So I will be making my own chicken broth, so that's a win. I made my own several things this week, and I don't really want to say because I'm going to do it in a video, and you guys will see. But that's been a win. All these things that I've been like making and doing. Oh, you want a cookbook? Oh, that's wonderful, Carol. What kind? Like a vegetarian or regular? Hello. I have so many cookbooks, and I really hone in on them when I'm tired of always going online trying to find recipes because my eyes hurt from being like online, you know. That's why. And plus, what if it goes down one day? I don't know what that is. I'm sorry, but okay, good for you. um, but yeah, I think cookbooks and history books are, good things to keep. I wish I had some books that I could share with you guys that I've been reading, but I finished the books from last week. So I read the 2 books that I showed you. I didn't get through that one Alzheimer's one because it's kind of hard to still read that. And I kind of know a lot about it already. And so I just kind of thumbed through it, you know. Hi from Switzerland. Benoit? Benoit. Yes. I do a lot of virtual vision boards of Switzerland because it's so beautiful there in the spring and summer. Just gorgeous. I put them as shorts. Regular, I gave it to Gail Southern Living. Oh, that's so nice of you. Yeah. Yeah, I have a lot of regular cookbooks, vegetarian ones, vegan ones, and the only one I don't have and I'd like to get is an East Indian one, and Middle Eastern one maybe, because I do cook a lot of that food because it's so vegetarian friendly and even vegan friendly, But I do eat fish. If I can get my hands on a little bit of fish here and there, I do have fish, which is really nice. You don't have to give me anything. Let's see. Xander Paget. Is that how you say your last name? Thank you for coming in. That's your shout out. Yeah, so Easter's over and I have been planting. I've got like a lot of tomatoes. My seedlings have gotten bigger, so I was busy transplanting a lot of that today. And even though it was hot, it was still, I did it earlier and then I did a lot of cleanup later. Hey Kathy, how are you? Ouch. So I've been planting a lot today, cleaning up a lot in the yard. My fountain is not running right now. I need to clean, so I let it get dry because there's a lot of algae in it and it dries up, and then I scrape it out, clean it, wash it down. And I lost the plug on my fountain, so I put a champagne cork in it last year. And I can't get it out, of course, And I thought, well, do I really need to? So I let everything get dried up. I'll clean it that way. And then I'll take that last bowl and overrun it a little bit, which the walking or ground cover that's rosemary would benefit from it. And then I'll fill it up because all the birds in my area totally depend on it. Even though there's like a pond right across the street, they depend on it. especially in the triple digits. I figure they're just hot and they just are finding something. They don't want to fly too far to get water, so they're right here in my backyard. They just dive down, they shower in it. The raccoons get in it. They'll get up to like almost the top tier. Those little guys are so sweet. And then what else? Oh, the skunks drink from it. The possums drink from it, and I still put bowls of water out for all of them. Hi, Edine. I hope I'm saying your name right. Edine? Edine? You tell me. Sorry, I was making sure I'm caught up on all the comments. Sorry, I keep drinking my water. But the one major win that I did that happened this week was maybe I shouldn't mention that yet. Oh, why not, I guess. So I told you guys in the last video that I got a donation on my buy me a coffee, and someone from India who has given me what is it called, thank you whatever chat, thank you, or thank you chat, whatever they're called. And they've done this twice now. Anyways, he or she gave me some rupees, and the translation, and what YouTube takes out and everything, with that. And then I got 3 coffees that someone bought me, and she's from the US, and that was so nice. And so I was going to put that towards the primer that I needed to paint my floor in my master bath, because I pulled all the carpet up and it needs to be sealed. And then I realized, because I would only have half the amount to buy it, but then I realized I walked out to my backyard because, my dad has moved in with me and all of his stuff is here in my house. And so a lot of the garage stuff is like in the backyard, like lawnmowers or whatever, and paint. And there's primer back there. Now it's for the house, like when we painted the house years ago, but there's a good amount left in it. I'm just going to use that for the floor. So those little gifts that I got from those 2 people, the rupees from super thanks, I think that's what it's called, and then from the person who bought me 3 coffees, I'm going to put it towards something else. So I haven't touched it, but now I'm so excited because I have the primer. Now I haven't looked at it. I'm sure it's fine because I've had stain and paint for years, but this has been sitting in my backyard for a year. So I'm hoping it's not all dried up and crusty. I got to get out there and open it up. I was going to do that today, mix it up and see, and then dip out like a gallon's worth, and so I could use it on the flooring. That's more than enough, a gallon. It's more like I only need probably half a gallon for my master bath, because it does go quite a way, and it's the same brand, Zinsser. So it's not for flooring, but I just need a primer. And then I'll put flooring paint, which I do have left over. So I'm super excited about that, and I can move forward. I basically turned my master bathroom into a flat for myself because my bedroom turned into a storage facility for my dad's stuff. Well, it's mainly like stuff I want to keep and my mom's stuff. Let's put it that way. So anyone else want to share their wins for the week? Like maybe you found a bag of onions for $2, or maybe you found a bag of beans for like let's say, well, a bag of beans normally 1 pound is like roughly $1, a little bit more than $1. Actually, I don't even know anymore right now. I should be buying a little bit more, but I haven't had a chance nor the money to do that. So maybe that's what I'll do with the money is I'll buy some stuff that I need, for future self. Let's see. You got an 8. Wow, what kind of onions? Vidalia onions for free today from your neighbor. Ooh. Oh my gosh. You're killing me. You're killing me, Smalls. 150 items that you decluttered. Oh my goodness. I'm so behind. I am so behind, Kathy. But oh gosh, I really need to get on that decluttering thing. I've been keeping track though and taking little videos. A friend of yours just came over and she bought these decorative stones for my front yard because since I'm going to put it in a flower bed, so we were setting them up and it looks nice. Ooh, how pretty, how nice. Oh, that's nice, Paula. Yeah, that's really great. Awesome. Good for you. I know. Isn't that funny how like a little pot of flowers or a little pot of flowers or a shrub with flowers or just a shrub in a pot or in the ground just spruces up the area. I just love that. Oh, hi Taco Bell. That's terrible. I'm glad you got them. Good for you. That's a win for sure. Yeah, that's a win. My dog takes off. He's a little turd. If he hears or feels that the leash has dropped, and he is a fast runner. Well, he's a little guy. And yeah, it's not cool. It's definitely not cool. The only way I can get him is if I get in my car and I chase him and I cut him off, and then he'll like stay scared and I can grab him. But I don't get mad at him because then he'll never like stay still. So I just get him and I'm like, he's such a little turd. Let's see. You started working on your woodland garden and planted 50 plants. So far, all for free. I'm using what I have. Wow. Free? 50? Wow. That's great. Gosh, you are so good at that. You got a bag of grapes from a food bank and a cutie. Oh, I love cuties. Aren't they so delicious? Yum. Yes, a bag of grapes. You know what, Taco Bell? Carol, I was looking at the comment below. I like to freeze my grapes. I'm not a huge grape person, but my dad loves. But freezing them really takes it to the next level, especially when it's hot. Really good. Let's see, Taco. My dog is the biggest turd. Ours is Speedy, and he acts like it's a game. I know. Especially if you start running after them. I mean, I used to be a runner, but I'm not anymore. And so I feel like he's just like, ha 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 ha. And he looks back, ee, and he just keeps running. And I'm like, you are the biggest turd alive. So I have to run back inside, get my car keys, and chase after him. By that time, he's at the very end of our block, which is longer than a New York City block. And one time he got out from the back of the yard, the fence at the time, went out somewhere, came back around, and found his way back home. And there he was. Oh. I did not shop all week, so no shopping wins. That's very good. I guess not shopping is, of course it is. Yeah, if I get to go to the food bank and I don't have to get anything to supplement us with, that is a huge win. However, I did go to Target today because I absolutely needed a couple of items, but those items are going to be very helpful to further what we got. So, sometimes you have to, you know. You really are on a roll, Kathy. I agree, Carol. Let's see. Bear went down there to see some trespassers down there. He ignored me and played in the creek. The boys helped him up the ravine. He barely made it. Oh, that's so cute. That's sweet. Those were nice trespassers. Hi, Stefan. Let's see. Kathy, cups, plants, lily of the valley. Oh, wait. Cut plants, lily of the valley. I like those too. Coral beds, bells, daylilies, and woody lamb's ear. Woolly lamb's ear. Gosh, if I could read right. I love woolly lamb's ear. I love daylilies, and I like lily of the valley, and now I like the cut plants because you showed me them. Let's see. You're trying to debate if you want to put roses or the bleeding hearts or just some bulbs that will come up every year. I say do bulbs always, and then you can have that they come up every year, but have something always there. So, I mean, of course, roses are they're a little bit longer. What was the other one? Bleeding heart. I don't know what those are. I'll have to look it up. Yeah, because I feel like bulbs, they stick around for a while, but they come and go, you know? So I always say mix it up. You taught your dog to come to her. I put a treat near her nose and moved it between my eyes. If she looked at me, I gave her the treat. I did that for 2 weeks. Oh, good job. Yeah, my dog's not going to do that. I already know. he's a little turd. They're perennial. Yes. Um so let me see, let me think here. I think I transplanted not as much as you, Kathy, but let's see, 8 tomato plants. 5, I think, 5 or 6 beefsteak tomato and 2 large red cherry tomatoes. And oh, and then I also did some strawberries because my strawberries are just going crazy right now. I already have red strawberries growing. Oh, so you have that inside as a okay. Let's see. She got loose on a busy street. Uh-oh. Called her name and she came right back. Oh my gosh. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Because she's a little girl too. She's tiny. Little dog. Yeah. Right, Kathy? I know. My little monkey, man, man, he's terrible about that. He really is. Oh, he is terrible about it. Now he'll go to someone else, but not me or someone he knows. Like if it was like my sister, my dad, or I, he won't come to us. But if it's like a stranger on the street, he'll go to him. Little turd. Let's see. Cat's done and moved on to feeding my brother. So your brother eats meat, right? Does it bother you to make him meat? It kind of grosses me out when I have to touch raw meat and stuff for my dad. The squirrels eat the bulbs. I could see where they would be good. I wish they would eat my what is it called? What is that one thing, Kathy, that grows? Not the milkweed. No, what is it? They grow because it's a lot of water. It has like these bulbs, and I'm trying to get rid of it, and they're edible. No, not duckweed. I can't think of the name. I wish they'd eat those though, because they're a pain in the you know what. And we do have squirrels here. I don't have any deer here, but to mention her name when I put the treat by my eyes. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I don't really call him, well, I do call him different things. Monkey, Wanchiki, Musia, he's looking. Coca. I call him different things, and they all mean something different, very different, but he just knows I'm calling him. But no, he just keeps on going. And, he's like the most, he wouldn't know what to do, like if he lost me. I don't know why they do that. They're just curious, I suppose. Let's see. Your garden is 136 feet long and 12 feet wide. Goodness. That's really big. Wow. You do have a big backyard. I don't. Your neighbor planted a bleeding heart from her grandma. It's still there, just blooming. Oh, how nice. Bear has been eyeing the creek down there for 6 years. How sweet. No, your mama is a pull master. Sorry, had to say that to the creep who said that. I really want to look that up. That's a big garden. Mine is 4 feet by 420 inches. So, Carol, do you get your own like little plot in the front of the complex or something? Or do you have like an allotment? That's pretty cool. I didn't know you had that much space, actually. I call it the edge because it's where the ravine starts. Okay, yeah. Yeah, your yard is very pretty. You're so lucky. But I also feel like anyone who has a small yard, you can make the best of it too. Whether you put a little bird bath or bird bowls or a fountain, little raised garden, or even just, whatever, you can make it look beautiful. It doesn't have to be big, it doesn't have to be small. Whatever you make of it is a win. And tomorrow's Monday, so I promised my dad I have to help him work on my car tomorrow. We've been trying to do that for like the past almost 2 weeks, I swear. And I just don't want to because once we take it apart, I'm going to be without a car for a while. And I just want to make sure I have everything. But, yeah. And, yeah, I don't want to be without a car. I just don't feel comfortable with being without one. But we gotta get to it. Because I hate not having my car running correctly. And with the tariffs and everything, what we need is going to cost more. So we really need to buy it in the next couple of days. Let's see. No, just my balcony. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's still a big space, though. Yeah, that is a big balcony. And you're making the best use of it. And I've seen all your hanging baskets and your plastic bag hanging plant hangers. Are beautiful. Such a good use of the plastic too. Small woodland area. Various, yeah. Yeah. It is like a miniature woodland. It's a perfect name for it. 240 inches that can be right. Oh, okay. That's a great size. Still, I think that's a nice. I didn't know how long it was. It's a long balcony out there that resist it to most creatures. Yes. I know you get everything. That doesn't bother me. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Poor little deer need to eat. Beautiful little creatures. Sorry. Sorry, you guys. My nose is still running kind of from getting kind of weepy about the. Oh, I do have a tissue here. About what happened on Friday. I'm trying to think. I know I had another win. Well, basically, the rescue that I did was a win. Basically. Make a short of it. They get lots of views. I don't think I can. You mean about my rescue? I don't think I can do it. I mean, I actually only took one picture because I didn't want to hesitate and take any time. But yeah. Yeah, I often wonder what is your yard and what is, where you're walking somewhere else. You do have a beautiful piece of land there, honestly. Um, let's see. You're planning to make a short of your progress, but I just haven't done it yet. Oh, you were telling her to do that. Yeah. I have to use the restroom really quick because I just drank this whole thing of water. I will be right back. Okay, yeah, I do have to go to the bathroom. It's such a pretty day, you guys. Look at it. Oh, no, no. Can you see? Oh, now that tree's kind of in the way. Ooh, let's see. I don't know if you can see the pond over there. Anyways, it's kind of cool having that and the fact that they stock it with like, I don't know if you guys can even see me. It's kind of dark now, huh? Anyhow, I am going to use the restroom really quickly. And I'm going to try, I think I have a bottle of water up here I'm going to put in my thingy. So I'll be right back. Let's see, you've got a great garden going on your balcony, Carol. It is impressive, super impressive. I'd love to hear. Well, I missed your live, and you have so much growing. You really do. Oh, I know you. I think I can get free mulch too. Well, I know I can, but I have to like go to the city. Hold on. What is over there? Okay, I'll be right back, you guys. Let me move this bag. I'll be right back. Gotta go to the bathroom really quick. You okay, Bill? Mm-hmm. Alrighty, so I had a little bit of water left. Okay, let me catch up on anything. Let's see, it's rainy there. Ooh. It's been really, it's not hot, but you know, we're adjusting, so it was like 80 something here. You went to create a forest floor in that area because there's lots of pines there. Yeah. Whoa, 30 yards. Oh my goodness, Diana. Yeah, you must have a big yard. Honestly, I'd be happy with like 5 yards. That could probably do like the main area that I want it for. And it's free through our county. They just have to come out and see that, I don't know, the lighting is kind of bad. Okay. They just have to come out and see if, you're killing off your grass and replacing it with mulch, which basically I am. And I figure if they give me a little extra or whatever, I'll use it in another area. Because I'm so tired of fighting that area too, you know. And I don't need grass there. I would rather grow. So we have 2 fig trees. One that I gave my dad and we brought over. And I have my own that I bought me years ago. And they've been living in a huge pot, both of them. And they do produce quite a few figs. But I also don't want them to be huge because I don't want a ton of figs, you know what I mean? So I want to plant one of them in the ground and see how it does. And I kind of like my dad's fig tree better than mine because they're very, very 2 different fig types. I'd rather have like a mandarin tree or an orange tree because we love citrus, and probably a peach tree. A peach, a nectarine, a mandarin, and then we'll plant the fig. So it's 4 that we could potentially plant in that grass area that was a grass area, but it's really not anymore. And we get it through the county. But they do respond, I hear, quickly, and they come out and look at it and like they approve you, and you get free mulch. So I'm happy with that. I hope I get it. Let's see. Oh, I think I missed some comments here. Let's see. Unfortunately, the yard guys came and started to blow all the pine needles and leaves away. I told them for the past 4 years that I'm working on creating a... Oh, okay. You should put up like a little rope, section it off and say, do not blow these off. So it's up for, you know, like a rope it off and put a sign on it and tape it on the side so it doesn't blow off. And that way they remember, I guess. Yeah. Or rush out there if you catch them and tell them not to. Gosh, that's frustrating. Yeah. Yeah, it is a good deal, Diana. Let's see. You've used chip drop before, and yes, they do drop a lot. But they also had some huge other things that you take what you can get. Okay, like what? I had a list for free on Facebook Marketplace, and then my son-in-law took a bunch to recycle landscape drop. Okay. Let's see. For $30, I can get a pass from City Compost Center and an unlimited number of times. That's pretty good. Yeah, that is a good deal too, Kathy. Yeah, super good deal. That sounds like a good deal. Will they deliver? Oh yeah, do they deliver? Well, that I can call that part the edge because it goes beyond the fence and the yard, so they have to go through a gate to get there. Okay, that's your yard. Yeah, I need to get on that. And you know what? I hope these transplants of tomatoes last, because once I transplant them, they're like oop. But I watered them right away, and I put my coffee grounds and eggshells in there, and I think they'll be fine. But I'm gonna have to find, if they all grow, I'm gonna have to find more places to grow them in. And I was thinking about that. So I'm gonna discuss that in the next video, but I'm thinking against the house on the other side, and it gets shaded there. I mean, it gets sun, but it does get shade. And I'm thinking of tying string to the shorter part of the house gutter, because it is a 2-story, and it's a super tall 2-story. I mean, like our roof line is high. Even like the guy that has helped me in the past is like, oh, and I never used to be afraid of heights, but I've fallen off of ladders, off of roof lines for my job, and that's where a lot of my injuries have come from. So I'm a little afraid to do that now. Oh gosh, you have a nice, oh, that's wonderful. You have 3/4 an acre. How wonderful. Let's see. You're still here just listening. Okay, Paula. Thank you for listening. Yeah, it was amazing how much they dumped in my yard. When I finally put it all down, I put a garden where the mulch used to be. Oh, how nice. I know. I keep seeing, you guys, I keep seeing like cottage gardens, and it just doesn't work here because it's too hot. Like it literally burns. In fact, I don't know if you can see it. Let me see, across the street. Okay, see where that blue car is? Let's see. Oh, I'm going too far. Okay, there was like a cottage garden there on their little mow strip, and then they had poppies all up near the rock and next to their white car. It all burns up because it's just too hot right here. So I don't think I'll ever be able to have a garden, cottage garden type here. It has to be cooler. And I know I live in Northern California, but I think I need to be further north in order to have a cottage garden. So even like, I mean, the wildflowers, I'll put out seeds and I'll just throw them, and they grow. But yeah, they do burn up really quickly. Theirs burned up a little quicker because they just don't water, their plants most of the time. They don't cut their lawn half the time. But, I'll get like, what is it called? Well, I'll get poppies and all these different wildflowers, Queen Anne's lace, which I love. I get that everywhere, but it does burn off because it's just too hot here, unfortunately. So I need the hardier plants, which I have some plants that are not good, where they encroach. I don't know if I should, like they're still in their planter things from like 4 years ago, and they're still surviving. So I think if I put them in a planter, it'll contain them. Excuse me. I don't know. Let's see. All flowers. Okay. I want to get rid of as much grass as possible. The grass does keep away the weeds, though. I will give grass that. Flowers and stinging nettles. Nice. And the stinging nettles that you showed in your short was really nice. Those I've never seen before. Does the pond attract mosquitoes, or does it get sprayed or treated? That's a really good question, Diana. I don't know if it gets treated. I don't think it does, because it's supposed to be like a natural habitat that the city provides, the county provides for us. And I know that wild or Fish and Game comes out and does testing for the water and the fish and everything, but I don't think that they spray anything, which I'm glad because, I don't spray for anything. I don't spray anything that I have. And when I used to pay for someone to cut my lawn, they'd spray Roundup. I'm like, no, I don't want that. I don't want that. I even had a neighbor who, let me show you. Okay, so here is across the street, right? The neighbor that way, which you can't see because that tree's covering it, um, would come over to my house. I caught him spraying Roundup on like the cracks of the, like where the sidewalk and my driveway meet up. There's like that line. He sprayed, I mean, I hadn't had time. Like my mom was still alive at that time. And um yeah, granted, I couldn't keep up on everything, and the person I had hired to take care of my lawn at the time, um, this is like, let's say 2014. He would forget to like take a weed whacker to it, and when you take it and you like along that line, and that's fine. I would just pull it most of the time. But that guy would come over and take Roundup, and they were like little, not even anything, like nothing. But it bothered him that much. And I saw him doing it around like the Mo Strip on the street, on my, in front of my house, and on the corner. I'm like, dude, I couldn't believe it. Like, who does that? He was like so anal, so anal. And I had tenants at the time. So here's the story. I had tenants, and sometimes they'd have to park like across the street, like momentarily, not very often. And they were aware, like, just park in front of my house, they were really good about it. But sometimes, because there might be a party on a Friday or Saturday night, a barbecue, depending on what time they came home, they couldn't park in front of my house. So they parked in front of his house a couple of times. And I mean, literally a couple of times. He started leaving out his garbage cans all because he didn't want anyone to park in front of his house. And he does no one owns that area in front of your house. It's public property, it's the city actually. And I just told my tenants, like, look, park on the driveway, maybe opposite where I come, because I used to park inside the garage, and just, park on the opposite side. And, just do your best. Do your best. And if I have to, leave your keys and I can move them. It was ridiculous. I mean, some neighbors are just crazy, and I don't need anyone. I don't need anyone doing that for me. And what is it? Micromanaging. It's not even, he's not my manager. It was so crazy that he did that. And because I do not want any chemical on my lawn at all. It's bad for the environment, bad for me. I feel bad for the critters. And when you water your lawn, the runoff goes into the streams, and there you go. Okay, sorry, I'm off my rant. But yeah, we do get a lot of mosquitoes. I think they might be in California, Carol. Let's see that. Oops. Purple dead nettle. Oh yeah, that was a really pretty nettle. Seriously, I would not like neighbors spraying around my house. Weed whacker, fine with that. Yeah, I was pretty upset. Weed whacker. Sorry, trying to cook. Oh, that's okay. Hello. Let's see. I caught a neighbor attempting to pull things out of your side yard. She said that she didn't know that it was my property, so I pointed to my shed and also to the cement pad next to it. People are crazy, aren't they? Oh, they're so irritating. Yeah. That neighbor was such a like a weirdo, OCD, perfectionist to the max. I mean, and you know what's weird is that he sold his house and he still comes back to the neighborhood and stays with a different neighbor because they're like so close. Best friends, I guess. And he'll stay with him for a few days. And I'm like, oh, I mean, he wasn't rude ever to my face, but just the fact that he would do that, you know? And I'm sure he talks smack, which, whatever, that's on him. People are crazy. She said she was just trying to be helpful. I told her she was pulling out the things that I like to eat. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Being nosy at my neighbors. Oh, it is, Carol? I didn't know that. You couldn't forage in your town. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, okay, here's my idea on foraging. I'm kind of scared about it only because of mice and that disease that you can get from mice. You know, what is it called? Havana. What is it called? I don't know. I always forget the name of it. And I'm afraid to do that for that reason. And I have seen mice in my yard. I haven't in like the last almost month and a half to 2 months. So, but I know they're probably still there, not as many, because one of my outdoor cat that comes in, like, looks and he's like, where are you, my little friends? But it does freak me out. I am as high. Oh, well, that's nice of you. Good for you. She was worried about my yard, but she should have been more concerned about her overgrown hot mess. That was just an excuse. Yeah, that she was doing that, I'm sure. Oh, that's so nice, Drew. Where did you gift that $500 to? Just curious. How wonderful. Um, what I wanted to talk about today also, I won't keep you guys much longer, but first of all, these are amazing. I got them on the Walmart website, and you got 4 of them for like $21, $21.97 or something. They have been amazing and have lasted us now for a while. They came with straws, the straight straws, the crooked straws, and just to defer, you know, from my dad and I drinking out of the same thing, I put a little heart, I don't know if you can see it, on my lid with nail polish, and then like a little sticker on here. I only did one sticker because I wanted to know how long it would last. I can't believe this darn sticker from the Dollar Tree has lasted with me washing it as much as I do. Such a great deal. I asked if I could forage in the park and was told I couldn't forage, but planted purslane and goosefoot. I was worried about dog potty. Oh, yeah, right, exactly. I mean, I get so many critters in my backyard, even just in my backyard. So I can imagine out in, you know, in the regular part of, like, you know, not my yard, like the public land, you know, with raccoons and skunks and possums and dogs brushing up against it, rats, mice, that kind of thing, and potting. So I don't know. I do have a hard time with it. I know. I know people do it around the world, around the US, but I am a little bit worried about it. People here forage morels, berries, and etc. Oh, that's nice. Oh, morels are so good. And berries. No, Drew, I didn't see who you sent the money to. Sorry, I didn't see that. When I forage berries, I go for the ones that are higher up. Good idea. Yeah. Hello. I think you're Russian. So just drinking more water. And I'm enjoying this day. It is really beautiful, but it's been so windy that I had to come in because it does affect my sinuses. But I worked outside for a long, long time, and I got a lot done and planted a lot of things, swept up a lot of things. I have a lot of pollen from those 2 trees I have in the backyard, which I never planted. They were just planted, came about. But I don't take enough to freeze or anything like that. Just eat them as baronet. Okay, yeah, passing through. Good idea. Yeah, and if they're higher up, you don't need to wash them or anything. Yeah. Cheers to that. Diana, I don't know if you're still on here, but and any of you interested in like travel and stuff, but I found someone else on YouTube, and I like her. I like her and I don't like her. That sounds terrible, but she is a go-getter. And she does everything herself. Anyways, if you want to check her out, her name is Gina Fiore. So Gina, Gina, Fiore, Fiore. She has done renovations kind of her whole life, like the past 30 years. I think she said she was 62. She's very confident. She's very bold. She's very outspoken. And she has been renovating a property in Waverly, upstate New York, and then a garage conversion in Coverly, New York. And they're both cute. I mean, what I can see of it, mainly the garage conversion, but so then she's a big traveler, first of all. And so she's been thinking about this like over the years, and she wants to live in Europe. So she bought a property in Portugal and an Italian flat in Abruzzo. And she's like 20 minutes from the sea. Anyway, and she's kind of high up, like on the mountain. And so Portugal was a bust. Spoiler alert. But it is interesting to see like her transition. And it's really interesting in comparison to Elder Gal, EG, that I watch also, who's in Europe right now, who wanted to move there. I think they're about 10 years apart. I don't know exactly how old EG is, but you can correct me if I'm wrong, Diana. She's either 70 or 72. I could be wrong. And traveling in Europe, yeah, it's difficult when you have like luggage, for sure. Even as a young person, it was hard for me, and stressful, even if you knew the language a little bit. But so this gal, man, she just go get her. She submerges herself. She is so outgoing. She gets a car. She just finds out where everything is. No qualms about it. Just gets out there and does it herself. Anyways, the Portugal thing didn't work out. There was a reason why it didn't work out. Not really so much her fault, but I kind of feel like she got scammed by a person from the UK. They're business partners that helped her. Anyways, I think something more than what she's thinking happened there. But in Italy, man, she just drove up. She bought both of these properties sight unseen. And the Italy property, I mean, she loved both, but the Italy property was like, easier. It was an apartment where the other one is off grid in Portugal. But the Italian apartment, she met her neighbors. They were nice. They helped her. I mean, in Portugal, she got help from her neighbors too, but it was very different, like, experience. It was a really good, I would say, if you don't want to like bother with her other stuff, because she is kind of all over the place and she tends to put the cart before the horse, which drives me crazy. But sometimes you do have to do that to take a chance, right? Anyway, but I feel like she does that a little too much. And yeah, I mean, if you go back and watch like her renovations, like at the very end before she leaves for like Portugal, and you realize like, why'd you do that? Like, why would you do that? I mean, I do feel like she does put the cart before the horse a lot of times, and she is all over the place, and her videography, it's like this when you're watching it, and it makes me sick to my stomach. She knows it. Thank you for the hearts. She knows that, and she says she's trying to get better. She said that she originally started her channel for her family to see and her son, but then she admits later, like, just for people to see her journey. And yeah, it's really an interesting story, but some of it I had to fast forward through because it was just kind of boring, like tedious painting or whatever. But when she walks, it's like it's like that. Oh my God. And I think so many people have like complained. Anyway, she's like, I got it, I get it, blah blah blah. Anyway, it's worth watching, but her name is My Italian Therapy. No, My Italian Therapy. She wrote a book. And quite honestly, when I see her writing, like even on her videos, her her it's like not complete sentences. It's like, I don't know. And she's very repetitive. So you gotta get past the repetitiveness and her incorrect sentences. I don't know how she wrote a book because I mean, I could. She's on audio. Like she has an audiobook on Amazon, My Italian Therapy, because she had breast cancer and how she healed herself. Anyway, I'm not sure how she wrote her book, but I would be curious to hear it on audiobook, which I'm not going to because I don't have that. But I bet it's the same as she writes on her captions, like when she is doing a video. You know how I put captions up and she'll put a caption up and then she repeats it anyway. So she's super repetitive. So I think she might have like ADHD, in my opinion. But I still like her content and I still like the idea of it and what she's doing. She's such a hard worker. Um, she does speak pretty poorly about the US, about what's going on after Trump took office. Um, like she went to Portugal and she shared prices, and there were, all these American brands there like HP and Apple and blah blah, and she's like, this is so much cheaper here than in the US. We're getting ripped off. And I mean, so just brace yourself if she was pretty agitated, I think, and just speaking really bad about the US. And if you can handle that, because, we kind of all know, you know, the hardships that are going on right now. Um, and she's not shy to share them, but she's real. And I kind of like, I mean, if you don't want to see all that, just like watch from when she bought her Italian flat on. It's really interesting. Okay, sorry, I gotta read my comments. I went off on a tangent here. Okay. Yeah. Yes. EG is 70. Okay, 70. Pretty sure that's what she is. Gina is a cancer fighter. 2021 diagnosis. No, she got diagnosed in 1997, and she had 3 occurrences back of it. So she healed it naturally without chemo. And I think in 2014 or 15, it came back for the 3rd time. And, they gave her 6 months, and she's still here after 2015. Um, oh, okay. Yeah. And she's a very strong personality. I mean, I used to be a very strong personality, but somewhere along the line of everything happening with my mom and taking care of her and getting depressed and all of that, you kind of lose that strongness. But I'm back. I'm slowly getting back there and standing up for myself, and you know, but she's an inspiration nonetheless. And um the one thing I don't like about her channel, other than the shakiness, is that sometimes she doesn't have much consideration for when she's in public filming. And, personally, I don't like to be filmed in public in the US, but, that's the US. And I think most of the, your Americans are used to it, but in Europe, they don't like it. And you got to be considerate of that. And, she's not like, she's talking like loud through her walking and filming in the mall. And I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Like, she kind of gives Americans a bad name in that sense. She doesn't have a lot of consideration. She's just like overly confident sometimes. And I think that kind of like diminishes some things for herself in a way. Hi, Suraman? Suraman. I hope I'm saying that right. Hello. She types narrative in big giant letters. Yes. Yeah. She's now aware of her like jittery filming and everything, and she says she's gonna get better because she's blown up. Once she typed in, I bought a flat in Italy. I think she said she went from like 365 subscribers to like 10,000, but now she's at like 12,500 or something. I mean, it's been only 3 weeks since that. It's pretty amazing, really. I'm so envious, not jealous. I'm envious. And I can't wait to do that later in life. Like, I know this season of my life and what's going on isn't going to be forever. And I'll eventually get there. I don't, like I said, I'm not going to live there forever, but, because I'm not going to be able to well, I don't think you can get. So this is how it works. You have to get residency. She's going to get hers through Portugal. But I probably have more ties myself with my family through France and then Italy. Well, no, not really Italy. So through France. So I would get it there. You have to have residency. And if you don't have residency, you can't live there the whole time, year round. You can buy a home, but if you don't have residency, then, you know, but the way she talked about it was like she couldn't have residency in the US. That's why she had to sell her home before she got residency in Portugal. I don't think that's the case though. I think you can get residency in other countries. Like Portugal's a little more forgiving, but Italy, probably not. France, probably not. Like I said, my grandparents and great grandparents and all my family line is from France, but I don't know if I can get residency there either. EG couldn't, so I may not be able to. It's just interesting. It's a watch for sure. Let's see. Hello, Karen. Let's see. Did you watch Elder Girl? No, I didn't. She put out a new video. I know she said she was going to stay in her apartment flat, which she said is like a greenhouse closet because it's hot and it's tiny. Like I'm used to tiny, anytime. Well, I remember renting a pension in Rome, and my sister had already been there before, but she hadn't been in the pension part. And it was at, the top, the penthouse, basically. And it was meant for like 10 to 12 people, but it was just us two. And I don't know. I mean, if other people had arrived, I would not like it, for sure. And it smelled very musty because it was literally in the rafters of the penthouse of the building. And then I can't remember, when we came back, we had to stay in another place of that same hotel, and it was so much better. It was like a room, and then we had our own like the steps were so tiny going up to the roof, and we could go to the roof line and look all over Rome. It was just gorgeous. So I mean, you just got to take it as it is. And if it was in her price range, yeah, I would just say stay. And those elderly people probably who are renting her probably need the money, She just doesn't feel comfortable doing lives and not being loud. Of course, of course. But it's hot in there because they've had a heat wave, so I get that. That would be uncomfortable. It's like, well, why not ask for a fan? I mean, if you're in an Airbnb, they should provide you with such. Like, just ask for it. Because she said she would have to leave from like, I don't know, what, 9 a.m. to like 3 p.m. or something. So what happened today on her channel, Diana? Someone commended she should call her place her true area. Oh, goodness, yeah. Poor gal. Hi, Karen. I'm sorry, I'm not sure what language you're speaking, but welcome. 9 a.m. starting to get hot. Yeah, it's not crazy. So I would love to go to Dijon, France. Oh, I guess you're speaking Portuguese, Karen? I'm sorry, I can't do a translation while I'm live, but welcome. You could probably say something bad and I wouldn't know it. Yeah, so anyway, that was kind of a bummer for her, but I think she's doing the right thing by sucking it up and just staying there. It's inexpensive. And that forces her to kind of get out because I think she likes to stay in a little more than getting out. And what's the whole point if you're not going to get out, every day and stay out? So I think that's good. I think that's really good. And yeah, she shouldn't be staying in. That's the whole point of traveling is getting out every day for hours. You're exhausted, yes, but it's an experience. I do, however, understand how tired she is, like traveling. Goodness. I mean, I remember my first trip as a backpacker through Europe. Our backpacks were huge, by the way. They were like the huge kind that hikers use, like huge. They covered from like our head all the way like to our past our butt, and they were 70 pounds, I think. Oh my God! I just remember when we got into Rome one time, and we had to walk from the train station to our hotel. I felt like I was gonna die. And then we had to like check in, and it was super like chill and everything, and they were so nice. My sister was there a couple months before, so they remembered her, and everything was good. But then we had to like go up all these flights of stairs. Oh my God. And 70 pounds on my back, and I was in good shape then. I thought, I can't make it. Oh my God. Like I had to stop a few times on the landings. And my sister's like, come on, let's go. She was in better shape than I was. And I'm like, okay, hold on. Just like getting a rest. And then we'd go. I mean, it was a challenge, but going up and down every day wasn't bad because we didn't have the 70-pound backpacks. But gosh, it was an experience at that time. It was really hard. Well, give it for Sita, give me cake. It will lose kiss disgusting. Will give you. Oh my gosh, that's kind of funny. Okay. Well, sure. Hello. Whatever you say about cake and disgusting. Hi, Cindy. How are you? Love to see you on here. She was in and out of her room. Right now, that's all I remember. And the terrarium content. Oh, she had a migraine she was dealing with, and she had to buy some sunglasses because too bright out. Yeah. And then she met that expat from US to Dijon, Laura, right? And she had lunch with her and had a lovely time. And then Laura got on the live. Yeah, I totally love watching, but I didn't watch the live until after the fact, so it was kind of a bummer. Yeah, it's hard traveling. I mean, no matter what age you are, and as you age, it gets harder. So that is why like I don't want to like go to back to Europe when I'm able to in my far future and jump around because I mean, even at my age at 52, it's it's hard. It's hard for most people. And then the older you get, it's difficult. And she's got two big, you know, suitcases to roll. Oh, thank you, Diana. I missed the last one, so I know she has them on Saturdays, but I did miss it because, yeah, it was kind of a lapse of not feeling good of what happened on Friday. I it took a lot out of me, to be honest. I tried to get some yard work done, and I still just didn't feel good. I was like mentally drained, and it was pretty horrible. So I know once you guys see the video, you're thinking, oh, you might think, oh, that's not horrible, but I'm an empath, so I feel so much. And then on top of that, I tried to like watch videos on YouTube, and I just kept seeing videos on Pope Francis, and I just couldn't take it because I really loved him. And yeah, I had to stop watching YouTube, and it just made me like so upset. And since he's passed, I've been upset. I've been upset the day I found out, and I know he's buried, but there's all these videos now, and it's just tough. Like I just can't watch them. So I just remember like, I'm just gonna, not watch YouTube, and I just watched TV, and there was these like dumb shows on, but I just watched it, and I read. Like I watched Barney Miller for an hour. But it took my mind off. Oops, let me catch up, sorry. Let's see. Oh, I kept looking. Okay, yeah. Saturday at 10 a.m. Very hard to get over those kind of events. Yeah, and I mean, the Pope is like a world leader, and a good world leader. He was a good person. And so, I mean, I grew up Catholic, but I'm not Catholic anymore. I mean, I confirmed my religion when I was 13. I was baptized and everything. But, like, I'm not going to speak disrespect about the religion or any religion for that fact. But I would be a hypocrite if I said, yeah, I'm still Catholic, It was such a wonderful foundation. And I went to private school through Catholic private school and everything. It was a wonderful, wonderful thing and setup, foundation. But, later in life, I realized that I would be a hypocrite if I called myself a Catholic and I don't follow any religion, organized religion, but I'm very, very, I believe so much in the Lord and in Jesus and all of that. But I don't feel like I have to go to church for it or be a part of a religion, but it is my heart. And before Pope Francis was Benedict, and I really loved him too, but he was struggling, poor thing. And thankfully he recognized like, hey, I'm having problems with, dementia, I think. And I'm so glad he said something. And so he was able to retire, and he lived to 95. And before that was Pope John II, and he was my favorite. Just a good person. So Pope John Paul II, Benedict, I loved him too. He's a gentle soul. And then Benedict, who was really the people's pope. So, I mean, you couldn't help but love him. And so I can't watch YouTube because, like, there's all these videos and shorts about it. And I'm like, oh my God, I mean, I love seeing the area where they're driving him around his body, around Rome. I'm kind of surprised too because he's like some parts they show he's in an open casket. But yeah, it's just kind of sad. It's just sad, and I really love them. They're good people. So yeah. So that was the wrong thing to do, was get onto YouTube last night. let's see, you buy yourself cheesy Hallmark movies that don't have any animals. I am super sensitive to anything. Me too. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you said that, Diana, because I'm such a weenie. And I do like, what I like to watch on the Hallmark movies are the stupid Christmas romance videos or movies, and it's just fluff, right? Sometimes we need fluff, and it's nice. I like fluff. I like the fluff. And it's nice to just have something stupid on. Like, it's a ridiculous romance, you know what the outcome is, but it just is a feel good, and I like it. And so I can see a lot of them on YouTube. And I didn't think about that last night. Instead, I just turned on local TV with my little $2 antenna, and I was happy with it. And then I watched Soap. Remember Soap? That show? That was funny, and that, like, okay, it perked me up. And then I'm like, okay, I'm tired. I gotta go to sleep. So finally, I kind of got out of my, funk, and that was good. Um, Hi, Raul, Raul. We're talking about sad stuff, and so let's change the subject because I don't want to get upset further. I know, Diana. No, it's okay. Hi, Keith. We're talking about something I don't want to talk about anymore because it was sad. The Pope dying, and like I did an animal rescue on Friday, and that was super sad. And I don't want to revisit it because it was really sad. Um, but it was the best thing that could have happened for that poor little animal. And I did take care of it, and I took it to a place where they take care of it. So, but it just like saddened my whole day, and it was just horrible. But now we're talking about something more positive, and I've got my water here, and we're talking about. Well, first of all, look how pretty it is, and look how windy it is. I don't know if you can see my tree swaying, and that's like a really sturdy tree. It's pretty windy here. Yeah, but let's talk about something more positive. So we originally were talking about positive stuff, and like how we saved money the whole week because here in the US, like, things have changed dramatically, and they're gonna keep changing dramatically all week long. Hi, Dylan. Sorry, I don't know what you're saying, but hello. And we're just doing everything, getting back to basics, like learning from our ancestors what they did. And I've been making bread, I've been making my own mayonnaise, I made my own butter. I been watching the ads, taking advantage of like anything on sale because I don't buy much. But sorry, my nose is still running from being upset. Anyway, I'm glad I had that tissue here. And I really enjoy watching EG, Elder Gal. I wish she would get out a little bit more, but like she said, she's not a travel channel. And it's harder for her to get out and travel, which I totally get. I mean, when I was traveling in Europe, well, if I didn't have my 70-pound backpack on, I was traveling easier. But like the train system is so different there, and with the language difference, between Italian and French, like we ended up in the French Riviera, and they said, this is the last train of the night, and maybe, we had to come back on it because we had our hotel. And so we had to come back, and so we were on the train like all day, literally. And that was like, I think that was my sister's fault, understanding like the translation, because I certainly didn't understand. She knew more Italian and I knew more French at the time. Take example from Tung Tung Sahur. He's faced many problems and come out on top. Oh, okay. Okay, I'll look that up. Thank you, Dylan. So, but I remember ordering something on the train. Like they walked around with a basket of sandwiches. And I'm still not sure what that sandwich was, but it was really good. But it was either a cheese, a soft cheese, and bread. It didn't matter. It was good. It was delicious. The translation got lost. And it was so good. And at the time, I remember at that time, they still could smoke on the train. Not anymore. Not anymore. But that was a struggle, because I was like, oh, I can't breathe, And you would be in a train cart with 6 other people, and they all smoked, I feel like. So we had to get up and like walk out into the hallway, and then the train had like windows where you could like lift them up and breathe fresh air. And so, but it's changed since then, because they have no smoking now on the train, so it's really nice. But that time was really bad. Anyways, it was really interesting. All these experiences were amazing and interesting. And but yeah, I would love to hear from all of you. What other wins did you have this week? I mean, for me, the animal rescue was a win, because that it just was. And then it was not a good outcome, but it helped that little being out. And then I feel like our last food bank haul was a major win. So that's the second thing. And then thirdly, I went to Target and got some good finds on sale majorly with manufacturer discounts for a good deal to kind of like hold us over, So that was really good. And those were 3 major things. Let's see. I wish she would get out more too. She does her best, I think, for not being extra fit, as some travelers her age. She has a long trip ahead with so much to see it. I know. I kind of wonder like how she's gonna make it. I mean, she's not overweight. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of feel like I'm way over more weight than she is, but I'm younger, so I think I could tolerate a little bit better. But yeah, she doesn't get out as much. Like, she goes to the marché and to the market and gets food and just comes back and eats, like she eats 2 meals a day. And that's fine, but I don't think, like, I kind of feel like she's staying inside a lot, and if I was there, like, I barely spent any time in our hotel. They would be beautiful and wonderful, but from morning till night, we might come back in midday or early evening just to get ready for like a nice dinner and get dressed up. But or if we were on the beach all day, we might find some place to get, like in Cinque Terre, to kind of like freshen up and go to a restaurant. But yeah, I don't think she's really experiencing, and I kind of feel like that's a waste if you're not getting out there every day. So I think in a way it's a blessing, Diana, that that place that she's staying at is kind of hot and small. It forces her to get out, and because I think she's just kind of like comfortable inside a little too much. Like, what's the point of making this big move if you're not going to be out and about more often? And I know the age has a lot to do with it, but she also chose this to go there and bounce around to all these different places for as long as she is. So, and look, I know she's highly intelligent. She's done a lot. She was a teacher and this and that and worked in the Peace Corps, and I know. But I don't think she's fully taking advantage of the situation, in my opinion. Like, I almost feel like she should have meetups in every town that she stays in, because it will force her out in a way. Oh, okay. That's nothing. 30 to 40 pounds. I think I'm more than that. Come here, baby. Come on, my love. My dog's waking up. Come on, my cheeky baby. He has this little sweater on because it's been so windy. Come on, my love. Come on, my love. Come on. Oh, my love. So he's got his sweater on inside out because it's not so itchy. Oh, baby. Oh, you're so cute, my love. You wake up, huh? Oh, you're waking up. Your breath stinks, by the way. Hi, baby. Don't smell me. Let's see. That's what I told her in live streams, that the room forces her out. Yeah. Yeah, and I don't think she really wants to hear that. She's, I mean, I like her, but she is kind of an obstinate person in that, realm of things. I don't think people want to hear the truth sometimes, but yeah, it forces her out. I mean, that's the whole point of being there, Personally, I mean, I would be out from morning to like late afternoon, come back, rest, recoup, maybe go out for a little bite, and then come back and get ready again for dinner. That's what I would always do for any vacation. Granted, if she's 70, I'm 52, so that's quite a bit older. And I feel like every 10 years really makes a difference. But there again, I was not the one who started, she wanted to move there originally. She then just wanted to travel, and she booked all these different places to go. So if she wanted to be in France, I kind of feel like she should have booked the majority of her time there and not bounced around so much. And then, I mean, I know you can only be in one country so long, but I guess do better research. So I think for next time she'll know. I love Dijon. I know for me, like, I would not stay in Rome again. Like, I thought Rome was too overwhelming. And I loved Venice, and it was more chill, but I wouldn't want to stay there either. So I think I probably would have, honestly, from my point of view and my experience, would have wanted to stay in the coast. along the coast somewhere. Amalfi Coast, Cinque Terre, that place. I told her it is at age 70. That weight is extra and has joints and heart. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, even now being overweight, my knee, I've injured it, and like the extra weight that I hold has been like harder on my knee, And so yeah, I mean, if you're going to travel, you really got to be in good shape to walk around, to get around, experience. I mean, just even in the, and here's the thing. Like, she never said back home. She lived in California somewhere. She never said where she lived in California. I think I have an idea, but she like said, "Oh, I just came back from a walk," or "I just went on a mile walk, 2 mile walk," or "I went to the park to experience this," or "I went to the local, you know, um, BLM or forest BLM, whatever, you know." I didn't see her doing that here, so I'm thinking, how are you going to do that there? So it is a bit of a mystery for me that she wanted to like bounce around all over Europe and thinking that it would probably be okay. Because I never saw her like I never watched her hearing her say that she was walking and doing all that, and she went on a little adventure or a hike or something, or just a walk. But I could be wrong because I didn't watch all her videos. Hi, Tazia? Hi, Tazia. Tazia? I hope I'm saying that right. Hello. Costco is tough journey for me. I know. I'm telling you, Diana, when I went with my friend a couple times to Costco, I'm like, I am done. But it's like more than just walking around. It was I was done with people, so the walking around was okay. It was like the crowds and everything, but gosh. Um Walking through there pushing kitty litter in my car takes every job. I know. Diana, have you okay, you may not like this, but so I stopped buying kitty litter from like Walmart and all those places, and I am buying pine pellets from what is it called? It's $7.99 for a 40-pound bag. I have to go get it. Let me think. Tractor Supply. Tractor Supply. Now you cannot have it delivered, but if you live near, I mean, I don't live near a Tractor Supply. Every Tractor Supply near me is like 30 miles away. And so when I go there, I get like 10 bags, and they're pellets. They're pine pellets that have been dried, and they're safe for cats, horses, dogs, and something else, guinea pigs, pigs, or whatever. $7.99. That's what I use. Hold on, I'm gonna go walk outside this door and have a half a or quarter of a bag left, and I think I'm gonna show it to you. So maybe, I mean, it's $7.99. Hold on, let me go grab it because I think it would be helpful. Hey there, baby. Oh, it's not right here. Lauri. Alright, I had to go through a lot of rooms to find this. I can't remember where I put it, so I hope you're still here. Ugh. Alright, I hope you're still here, Diana. Oh wait, I put it upside down. Okay, so it's Tractor Supply Natural Pine Pelletized, Natural Pelletized Bedding for horses and small animals. Super absorbency, reduces cleaning time, naturally neutralizes odor, chemicals, or no additives, biodegradable with no additives, chemicals, or perfumes. It's 40 pounds for $7.99, and this is what I've been using for like the past, I think, 2.5 years, and Kathy told me about it. Bohemian Dollhouse. So it's upside down, but you get the point. Ugh. You can't have it delivered. I've tried that. And they charge you for shipping. Anyway. Let's see. No, I have not tried that as litter. I use a Super Scoop that comes in a small bags, equaling a total of 42 pounds. Okay, I buy 6 at a time and keep in the back of your car. Yeah, that's smart, Kathy. I usually buy 10 at a time because it's not close where I have to go, and my car is, always iffy. But so I do have to make that trip more often than I'd like to, but I use like an old. I'll show you what it looks like. Ugh. Oh my gosh, I just dropped some on my carpet. Okay, anyways, I use like a big pot to use it, and it's just pellets. Let's see. I don't know if you can see it. And it does absorb it. I've researched it for a couple of years now because even my friend, it's kiln dried. Pine, they are allergic to the oil of pine. So I researched it, and because it's kiln dried, it kills that oil, what's in the oil, and they're fine. I mean, all my cats have been alive all this time, and it's $7.99 for a 40-pound bag. Now, if they'll help you load it at Tractor Supply, but I've always been like with my dad, or once with a tenant, and he helped me load it, which was really nice. So that is my cheap litter right there, and thank you to Kathy, Bohemian Dollhouse, for letting me know. No Tractor Supply by me. Oh, yeah. Okay. We have a Tractor Supply here in town. So nice not to have to drive another place to get it. Oh, that you're so lucky, Kathy. Oh my gosh. Hola de la crema. The name showed upside down on the screen. What is the name of it? Yeah, I opened it on the bottom by accident. So it's Tractor Supply Company is always on the bag, but it's called pelletized bedding for horses and small animals. I'll try to do a post by tomorrow and take a picture of it so it's right side up, but I unfortunately opened the bottom, so Anyways, that's what my friend and I buy from Tractor Supply, and it has saved me so much money. And honestly, the smell, like there's no smell really unless you like leave it too long, of course. And I always wash my containers out with vinegar and water because nonetheless, like if you have multiple cats, or if you have one cat and if you leave it too long, the urine will sink to the bottom. So cleaning the container with, vinegar and water has really helped. But it turns to dust once the liquid hits the pellets. So, but not right away. It has to be like a couple of potties before an area turns to dust or breaks it down. And it's just easier to maintain, in my opinion. Do you like the Jurassic Park? Yeah, I do. I watched that. It's really good. Okay, got it. Thanks. Have seen something similar in PetSmart. Yeah, but PetSmart and Petco and Target and Walmart are more expensive. Like, thank God Kathy told me about this because it has saved my skin because I have multiple cats and it's Tractor Supply is further away from me, so I just buy 10 at a time, so I don't go that often at all. But it's really nice to get that many and be done with it. Now I know that they do deliver shipping, but they're going to charge you. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe if you're going out of town somewhere or into Nevada, because they're all over Nevada, then maybe, I don't know if you guys can't see me, maybe you'll find a Tractor Supply and just load up on it. That's my advice. You clean your litter 3 times a day. Well, I scoop it out every day. Maybe twice a day, not 3 times a day. And then I empty it every 5 to 7 days because I have multiple cats. And in the litter boxes that don't get utilized as much because I put them everywhere. I just want to make sure they have options everywhere. Then I don't change them as often, like when they use them because with the pellets they disintegrate, so when they're getting used. That's what I like about the pellets and not the gravel, the diatomaceous earth gravel, because that doesn't absorb. It just is a rock, it doesn't absorb. These absorb. That's what I like about it. So I clean mine twice a day, and I just I have a routine in the morning. I make my bed, I, take a shower. Well, actually, before I take a shower, I do the litter boxes and checking them upstairs, downstairs. I put them everywhere. They have options where to go. And I, get my little scooper. I have one upstairs, I have one downstairs. And I get the scooper, clean everything out. And then I feed them, I give them fresh water. That's my routine in the morning. Then I make my bed, and that always sets my day for a really good day because, I don't know. I just like coming back to my room that has a made bed. It's just so much nicer. Let's see. Let's go. Jurassic Park is the best. Okay, sure. I watched the old Jurassic Park, so I'm not sure. Anyway, it's a game changer. It really is. Kathy from Bohemian House showed me that. It is a game changer. It saves me money. It's not as heavy. I mean, 40 pounds of like clay litter, diatomaceous earth litter. You're not getting, it's just a game changer. I can't even explain it. Like, it's just a game changer. Let me show you. I don't know if you could see it. These are the pellets. Uh-oh. Oh, I don't think you could see it. Anyways, major game changer in my life for cats and having multiple cats. Wow, seriously. I can't I can't thank Kathy enough for telling me about it, but um so, and also, my cats are getting older, my own personal cats, but my dad's cats are older, and so I'm having to buy wet cat food for mainly one right now. And at some point, it's going to be all of them. And I think, oh my God, what am I going to do? So I've been experimenting because I used to make their cat food. I've done better in the past, but um, I can't always make their wet cat food because I don't always have the ingredients. However, they kind of like whatever, like pumpkin puree and such, that they'll eat that. And if I have blueberries, I can mix in with it. But I'm already making everything as it is. Now, butter, mayonnaise, which is fine. I like it. Bread. And I have been making on and off the cat food and on and off the dog food because he's super picky. He's so picky. Anyways, that is my story on what I have saved on this week, and I'm so glad I talked to you about this, Diana, with the pellets, because it is a game changer. Once I actually got it, I thought, oh my gosh. And so thank you, Kathy at Bohemian House. Anyways, I'd like to know what you guys want to talk about. I mean, of course, I want to hear what you guys have saved on this week. So if you're just coming in, let me know. But yeah, this big bag, I mean, it does last me because you only have to put so much, you know. Sorry for the noise. But it's totally worth it, and I will not go back. I will not go back. Here's my dinner for tonight. I just want to talk about it. So I'm doing I did a video on what I made my dad from the food bank and trying to stretch it out. So I brought out a can of green beans. I don't like canned food, by the way. I really don't. I bought out a dented can of green beans, so I knew I had to use it. So that and a can of garbanzo beans, which I also don't like canned. I like cooking them myself because they're never cooked fully. They're never fully soft. So that's what I don't like about canned garbanzo beans, chickpeas. So anyways, I use that to spread out his, it's like a taco pork meat. And I added green beans and that. And so I saved the rest of that, the cans, like a third of the can of each for me. And then I have spaghetti squash, which I can't wait to eat. And then the chickpeas and the green beans, which is fine. And I have a salad, which I'll put those on top of, like a green salad. So I'm so looking forward to my dinner. And then what else do I have to put? I don't have any more tofu. Well, I do have more tofu, but not an open package. So yeah, I'll probably put some seeds on it. That's good. It's really tasty and protein dense and fiber. And yeah, I'm excited for dinner. I'm salivating thinking about it. But I'd like to hear from you guys. There's 9 of you in the room. I'd like to hear from you, how you're saving on food. And there's my neighborhood. The people across the street have there's a little right there. Excuse me. A little it's like a slide for their baby. And that's so cute. I don't know why they haven't put it in their backyard yet. Their baby is not even a year old, or it's just a year old, I think. And it's wearing a helmet. Oh, poor thing. My nephew had to wear a helmet, but my sister opted out for it. When their skull doesn't form correctly, sister's baby was premature, and they opted out. And I agree. Like, you know, so they have a misshapen head. It's okay. Anyways, so let's see what else is out there. My little neighbor, his son got a truck. That's his truck. This is the first time for him to drive, and I think he is 28. So for him, he moved back home, bless his heart, and he finally started driving. So it's a big deal for him to drive. Anyways, across the street, let's see, hold on, let me think here. Between these two houses, that's where the pond, man-made pond is. And that's where they stock the fish. And I told my dad, get a license to, fish there. And so, anyway, gosh, it's getting dark, huh? Oh, is that helpful? Oh, a little bit. Baby, come on. Here's my puppy wondering, what's going on? Did you hear something? And I have his little sweater turned inside out because it's more comfortable for him. Oh, my baby. My love. All right, you guys. Well, I know that there's still a few of you in the chat. I will be on next Sunday, every Sunday at 5 Pacific Standard Time in the U.S. And I will be here every time for a little over an hour at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I will see you next time. I probably should get downstairs so I could eat dinner. And I gotta feed the little baby here. I gotta feed my baby. Look at him, he's so cute. Okay. All right, you guys. I will see you all later. Oh, baby. I'll see you all later. And do leave. Please give me a like, actually. Please give me a like because it matters on lives. So thank you. I will see you all later. Until next Sunday. Bye, everyone. I forget how to... Oh, here we go.